preparation I've been doing for the past 6 weeks is culminating right here, right now as I approach the start line of the Hong Kong Marathon. Using training program My ASICS, I've been tracking times of about 1 hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes for the 10 kilometers, but today I'm hoping to beat my personal best and make it under an hour. But let's come over here for a second and check out the temperature. It's only 13 degrees and relative humidity of 85%, which is apparently quite good conditions to be running in. So anyway, the start line awaits.
An early morning for me to start the day as I saw thousands of people join this event, all with different backgrounds and ages, but with the same goal, to run in the Hong Kong Marathon. In some regards, the weather was perfect for running long distances, but for me, having been training in tropical, hot and humid Singapore, the cold temperature and strong winds certainly turned up the challenge factor for me, especially considering we had to wait around in the chilly weather for the allocated start time. I really needed to get going and keep my muscles warm. As usual, lots of stretching was a prerequisite before the race. Finally, the start of my first 10K event. With thousands of people running at the same time, it was difficult to move with my usual pace within the first kilometre. I spent much of the first 10 minutes trying to weave in and around slower participants and try to break through the crowd. I was really hoping this wasn't going to be a setback for my under 60-minute personal best target. The 10K event took place mostly on Island Eastern Corridor, the high-rise highway near Causeway Bay, which gave you a variety of terrain, but the hardest sections comprised of long inclines uphill.
Okay, just past the 1 kilometre mark. Feeling good. It's really windy.
Throughout the run, I had all kinds of mixed feelings. There were stretches where I felt completely on form, but during the uphill sections, I felt the burn and a little bit out of breath. Essentially, I just needed to mentally push through, even though sometimes I felt like walking and taking a break.
Halfway there. 29 minutes.
Every kilometre, I always check my watch to monitor my progress. At the 9K mark, I saw that I'd only had under 10 minutes left to reach my goal, and I knew I would have to track as fast as possible, but I believed maybe I could just achieve it. It was going to be tight.
6 minutes to make it to the finishing line. Can I do it?
Knowing that I had been training all this time for the Spirit of the Run event motivated me to give it that one last bit of energy I had reserved for the finish, a sprint all the way to the finishing line.
Guys, I just finished the Hong Kong Marathon, and while I'm pretty exhausted, a little bit out of breath, more than anything else, I'm ecstatic because all I wanted to achieve here today was to cross that finishing line, the 10 kilometers within 1 hour, and you couldn't have scripted this. I did it in 59 minutes and 50 seconds.
Thank you so much to ASICS for supporting me along this whole way. But if you guys at home would like the chance to win some of your own ASICS gear, jump onto asics.foxsportsasia.com. Alright guys, now for me, I think it's time for a rest.